Hey, what's going on everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today it looks like we got some information on an upcoming patch, some changes that are coming to the home feature, and the most requested thing is already getting added. If you guys enjoy my content, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into it. Alrighty, so here we go. They said home optimization report, new warp points, undo in construction mode, and more improvements coming your way. With the start of music season, the all-new home feature is finally here. Since the launch of the home feature, we've been keeping a close eye on your experiences and have received so much valuable feedback. Now, we'd like to share the latest updates and upcoming plans for the home feature. Alrighty, here we go. Home warp locations and quality of life improvements. We noticed that many of you often need to visit Posey to check home abilities or access the Yardling shop. To make things more convenient, we've added a teleportation location for the Astral Tree, making it easier to reach Posey. Yeah, so now you can go in-game and you can actually just click on her icon over here and then click on the Astral Tree and you can actually teleport. So if you're somewhere further away on your island and you don't want to have to like walk all the way over there, now you can do this. And remember, to get your astrolites, you have to use your little purification ability to hit the tree, and then you'll end up getting these. You can also check on how many you've saved. I've already collected mine today. So every day you log in, make sure you do come over here and then hit that, and then you have Posey over here. So it's nice that we have a teleporter now. And then they said in the future, we will also plan to add movable teleportation locations within your home so you can get around more freely. So not in this update, but they're actually going to make it where we can place our own teleports. That's going to be nice, especially if you were to like create a sky base or something, and maybe you could put it up in the sky with your house, or you could just put them in different points on the island. You know, if you have different locations that are super far away, it's going to allow you to teleport, because the island's like not massive, but when you want to get from one point to another point, it does take a while. They said in addition, we've made a few quick fixes to improve your overall experiences. Okay, so they fixed the incorrect furniture quantities displayed in the crafting table, resolved an issue where higher level furniture appeared in the Yardling purchases top weekly picks, even if players weren't able to craft them, and then corrected cases where meteorites appeared in unreachable spots after using the star collecting ability. So these two right here were like, they're okay, they're nice quality of life improvements. Now moving on, the construction feature and home notification improvements. So this is the biggest one, the most requested one, and I'm so happy this is coming soon. They said one of the most requested features is finally on its way, an undo button in the construction mode. It's currently in development and is expected to arrive in version 1.10. Now, I am shocked that this was not already in the furniture like construction mode, because usually that's like one of the major core features in any decorating game. Whenever you add something like that, is to have it where you can undo a mistake. So if you were to like just sit here and build and build and build for like, say like 5 minutes, and you make one mistake, you accidentally delete something, which happens a lot, you would have to back out fully and undo all of your work, or you would have to try and replace the item in the same spot as before. So it is a little ways away though, version 1.10. So we're gonna have to wait a little while, but we will finally have the undo button. And then they said soon you'll be able to let your creativity run wild and experiment freely without worrying about mistakes. That's another good thing. It's for experimenting, being able to place something down and then you're like, I don't like that. So you'll be able to undo it. And then they said if you're still getting the hang of furniture placement and rotation, don't worry. You can fine tune everything in settings, turn on snap placements, adjust single movement distance, and set single rotation distance. As your construction ability grows, you'll unlock even more powerful tools like batch placing, floating construction, clipping construction, free rotating, and free resizing, giving you creations endless possibilities. So I do have a construction guide coming out soon. I know a lot of people have been asking about it, and it's taken me a little while because I'm also time gated as well. So like for example, if I go to my ability level, this is how you level up your different abilities for like construction. When I first started, I made the mistake of putting a point in the star collecting, which I shouldn't have done. and I probably should have waited on planting as well. But construction is probably the first thing that you should level up, or at least and to a point, you know. So a lot of the core features, and this is what I think is bringing a lot of confusion with players, is a lot of core features that are normally already in decorating games are actually locked behind this upgrade system right here. So for example, you can't even freely rotate your items to the degree that you want to until level 5. So free rotate, it says by enabling rotation editing, furniture can be freely rotated. And then to resize your items, like again, we saw these in the trailer that the characters could resize and rotate and everything. It's also locked behind a level 6. And I actually thought I was going to get level 6 today, but unfortunately, no, because level 6 is actually 150. So it's been increasing the amount of home insight you need per day. As you know, you can only get 100 per day. So now level 6 is at 150. So this one's actually time gated by another 2 days. This could be definitely another 2 days, but then 8 might be 3 days, and it's going to take a while. So I'm waiting to unlock this stuff to be able to get that guide out to you guys. Hopefully tomorrow I should be able to make the guide, because I'll have most of the actual core features. And that's pretty much what they were saying in that passage we just read, was that you can go over there, you can unlock that stuff there. And then also when you're in build mode right here, you have these options at the top right. Like if you press F10 on keyboard, it actually pulls this up, which will allow floating, collision settings. This allows you to actually have items collide, a single movement distant, a single rotation distant. You have your placement range. If you want to be able to reach stuff a very, very far away, you can click on this one, or you can make it where it's shorter. Rotate items together. You also have this tab for structures. You can enable snapping right here. You can rotate items together. So just check out these settings and mess around with them. And then they said, we've also heard your request for an overhead view while building. Once your construction ability reaches a certain level, you can combine it with gliding ability to unlock floral construction, letting you control the camera freely while placing furniture. We're keeping an eye on reports about obstructed views during floral construction, and we carefully evaluate any tweaks are needed. So yeah, I definitely run into this. This was actually the very first thing I noticed when I was decorating, is how hard it is to actually see. Like another example of this, if I were to pull up this, and let's say I want to try and place this very large item right here, the garden landscape set. A lot of these items, you have to be like very close. Like if I wanted to put this in the right spot, you see how the camera is so like zoomed in close to this item? I would have to like stand back very far away and then try and place it like this, but then I'm not close enough to be able to line stuff up properly. So we need like an overhead view to be able to incorporate like these larger items into our build. Or even when you're trying to build a house, it can definitely be frustrating as well to even be able to see what you're doing. But from what I'm reading here, they just said they're like going to keep an eye on it, I guess. They said, we've also heard your request for an overhead view while building. But then they mentioned that once your construction ability reaches a certain level, you can combine it with the gliding ability, which is still not quite what we need. And then they said, in addition, you'll now see notifications whenever home rewards are ready to claim or home abilities can be upgraded. This feature is set to roll out during this update. Now we also have some other cool stuff that's on the way as well. So ability wheel enhancements and ongoing improvements. With the addition of the home abilities, the current ability wheel isn't quite big enough to cover both open world and home needs. In a future update, stylists will be able to customize and switch between 3 different ability wheel loadouts, making it easier to be ready for any situation. Other optimizations already in the works include adding default home templates, displaying the amount of astrolites, and adjustable volume controls for the chicken gramophone. So that's the little gramophone that we end up getting from the Stardew Valley collab. And they said that these will be coming soon. So the ability wheel is something that definitely needs to happen. As you guys know, we ended up just getting this. A lot of us thought that once we got a home feature, like a whole island, this wheel was going to be its own separate wheel compared to like Mirrorland and out in the other locations. So if you are like doing the home feature, sure, you can set up all this stuff to the way you want it, but then when you go out to do some regular questing out in the other world, then you already have a home ability features that you can't necessarily use out there or don't have much of a use for them out there. So the fact that we're going to be able to get 3 different ones is going to be really nice. And then they said we've also received the following request, the ability to preview crafting materials when buying furniture sketches. That's going to be nice. And then the option to enter realm challenges directly from home. Again, I'm surprised this wasn't already added in there. They said we'll keep you updated as soon as we have a plan, so stay tuned. And then that was pretty much it. If you have any suggestions, you can let them know right here. And so yeah, some pretty cool stuff. I know it's not all the fixes that everybody was wanting like immediately, but we are getting some huge changes, and we do know that they are like listening to us, which is good. You know, one thing that's really important is to provide constructive feedback in a way that's actually going to bring some changes and improvements. So it's good that everyone was voicing out like what they had issues with, what kind of problems they ran into. And it is nice that the developers are trying to work on that and get these changes in place. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know down below if you have anything that you would like to have changed or fixed. You never know when somebody of importance is going to stumble across your comment and may end up implementing some changes. So your voice as the community definitely matters, and I hope that we get some big changes here on the home feature, because this has honestly been my favorite update ever for Infinity Nikki. I know the home feature has lots of problems, but even with the issues, this has like brought so much life to the game. I absolutely love the home feature. I can't wait to see them expand on it. And it's one thing that just really makes me want to log on every single day is this new home feature. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.